With the release of so many fighting games on the PS5, plenty of people are searching for the right fight stick. Most current models will do the job, but you end up having to resort to functional but inconvenient solutions such as a dongle or an upgrade to your PCB. Also, that little notification saying PS4 controllers don't work. Hey man, it's your boy Neeto. One of my biggest issues when it comes to fighting games is misinputs. Ever throw out a fireball and it's a DP? Can't seem to get the timing down for charge characters? If you're like me, you'll probably drop a lot of combos too. Ever since I made the switch to hitbox, I worry less about my inputs and more on the fight. All button controllers remove the traditional joystick from a fight stick and replace it with buttons. These types of controllers can help with fatigue and wrist pain, allowing your hands to sit in a comfortable position. Kind of like typing or playing the piano. My newest find is a brand new stickless controller by SGF Devices. It's a portable, all-in-one solution that works on every system, including PS5, and it's only $225. This is the SGF Zappa. The successor to their more budget-friendly controller, Bridget, the Zappa by SGF Devices is a huge upgrade, sporting Kale Chalk V2 Reds, injection molded caps, and utilizes Brook's newest PCB, the Universal Fighting Board Fusion. So just a heads up, SGF did send this to me to review, and this video is sponsored by Brook Gaming. More on them in a bit. Inside the box, you have the Zappa wrapped safely in honeycomb packing paper, a couple stickers, a visual guide, and handy-dandy instructions. A really simple, no-fluff unboxing experience. On the front, you have your standard all-button controller layout. 11 24mm buttons and one 30mm button for up. 6 tactile buttons are on the top left for start, select, home, touchpad, L3, and R3. On the back, we have 7 screws holding the casing together, SGF and Brook branding, and 4 rubber feet. Well, actually mine only has 3 because one got stuck in the packing paper, but that doesn't really affect how I play, so yeah. Setup is super easy. You plug in the Zappa using the included 10-foot braided USB-C to USB-A cable, press the home button, and you're good to go. SGF Devices is a small US-based team led by Matt, Andrew, Cam, and Mia. You can really see the attention to detail and how passionate they are about improving the FGC with each controller they release. The SGF Zappa is inspired by Jay Fedor's open source flatbox design and based off of their original Bridget design. It's powered by the Brook Universal Fighting Board Fusion, providing compatibility with all previous and current gen consoles, as well as PC and Steam Deck. The 3D printed case feels really nice and high quality. It has this very premium feeling texture on the top. If you're particular about how things feel, it's a bit textured but smooth at the same time. It feels comfortable to hold in your hand. Doesn't feel rough at all. Just a side note, PS5 support is only for fighting games. Another side note, when you swap between systems, don't be alarmed when you plug it in and it doesn't connect. Out of the box, it's set to PS5. However, you need to hold a specific button before connecting to different systems, and when you go back to PS5, same thing. I was kind of freaking out when I went from Switch to PS5, and then I realized you have to hold a button to plug it back in. There's a whole manual on the Brook website for the Universal Fighting Board Fusion, so make sure you review that. I learned the hard way. In terms of color choice, you have 15 different colors to choose from, and your choice of clear, translucent black, red, or blue buttons. I chose the yellow with black buttons. One thing I noticed is the spacing between the buttons is identical to the hitbox layout. At first glance, it might look farther apart, but if you take out the outer circle from the Sanwa button, it's the same. This works perfectly for my muscle memory, and my fingers aren't cramped at all. It's super comfortable to play on. The Zappa sports high-quality injection molded caps fitted on top of authentic red Kale Chalk V2 switches. The switches feel smooth and buttery. It's a very soft sensation as opposed to the snappy feel you get from Sanwas. Here's a little sound comparison. Okay, so the Zappa measures 8.5 by 5.5 inches, 10 millimeters thick, not including button travel, and weighs approximately 300 grams. I'm also happy to report that it passes the lap test. Yep, you can fit it on your lap. Portability. The Zappa is a controller I'm definitely taking with me to locals and future events. It's super portable, and I was able to fit it in this sling bag, a big wallet, a hoodie pocket, and yeah, even a backpack. You can absolutely fit it in your back pocket as well, but only if you're wearing like cargos with big pockets, like bigger pockets, you know. So just a heads up, the default SOCD setting is set to neutral for Capcom Pro Tour legality. But you can also change the firmware if you want. I've just gotten used to neutral as down and up. One of the ways I absolutely loved using the Zappa was alongside my Nintendo Switch. Being able to play Third Strike and other fighting games this way feels like a mini arcade cabinet, especially when my Switch is docked on the Brook Power Bay, which is why I'm happy to announce the sponsor of this video, Brook Gaming. There's no denying that Brook Gaming is the best when it comes to FGC peripherals. Not only do they have the fastest PCBs in the world, they have a wide variety of controller adapters. Ever wanted to use your fight stick on PS2? Yup, Brook got that. Want to use your Xbox controller on PlayStation? Yup, Brook got that too. Bro, what about your PC steering wheel? Have you ever wanted to use that on your PS5? You guessed it, Brook got that. Listen man, so I've been using the Brook Universal Fighting Board for the past 7 years and it still works to this day. I can't recommend Brook enough and I'm so thankful they're sponsoring this video. So do me a favor, check out brookaccessory.com and start playing games the way you want to play them. Back to the Zappa. So what's the damage? What's the damage? How much money are you spending on this thing? How much of my hard-earned money are you taking from me, SGF? How much? The Zappa clocks in at $225 USD with free shipping across the US. $20 anywhere else. SGF delivers extremely fast, so just know when it's in stock and available for purchase, the Zappa will be in your hands in the next week or so. So who's this for? Who is this for? If you're someone who's new to fighting games and are shopping around for an all-button controller, I highly recommend the SGF Zappa. And I'm not just saying that though. I'm just letting you know. Even though this is sponsored, you know, if you already own a bigger hitbox and are looking for something more portable to take with you on the road, I think the Zappa might be something you should look into as well. Just to be real right now, off script, I love my custom hitbox so much. I made it. It's mine. For real though, it's big and heavy and inconvenient to travel with. I mean, like, I use these little things and try to carry it like it was a book bag or some shit. No, man, like, I don't think I'm gonna bring this around with me now that I have the Zappa. Like, I'm just being real. With the Zappa, I'm like chilling, dude. It's light, it's compact, and I'm gonna take that with me like everywhere, just for real. You know, yeah, look at the difference, man. Huge. I've had it for like 7 years, so I've been doing the whole hitbox thing for quite some time. When you think about it, you might feel cool lugging this around. As soon as I see some dude with a big hitbox at an event, I'm like, man, that's a struggle. That's a struggle to carry around. Like, don't you think? I'm just being honest with you because I know the struggle. I would put it in my backpack and it'd be so heavy. I'd be lugging it around for like hours and I'd be like, can this be over, please? But yo, with the Zappa, with the Zappa, oh my God, like this is nothing. This weighs literally nothing. And every time I leave the house, I'ma just bring this just in case if I end up going and playing some fighting games. Like this is gonna be my go-to. Totally off script. Let's put it back. And so final thoughts. So I've had the Zappa for about a month now, and I gotta say, it's becoming one of my favorite controllers to play fighting games. I love the low profile form factor, and to be honest, I was reaching for this more than I was my custom hitbox, so I like it a lot. The one thing that I will say that does take a little bit getting used to is the buttons, the switches. Especially if you're used to Sanwas like myself, there's a little bit more of a thunk to it. It's really hard to describe the feeling. You'll know. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a significant difference. But also, since it's hot swappable, I might try to just get some new switches, like different switches, and test them out and see which one I like the best. But yeah, something you should know. It does take a little bit getting used to. But for real, if you play fighting games and you're on the hunt for an all-button controller that is portable and doesn't break the bank, the SGF Zappa is a real gem. Woo! Wrapping it up. And that about wraps it up for our SGF Zappa review. Be sure to check out SGF Devices if you're looking to pick one of these up. And also, big thank you once again to Brook Gaming for sponsoring this video. Thank you for watching, and go play some fighting games. This one. Except maybe this one. Really nice. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do that review. Oh, dude, what was that, dude? Yo, I can't even, man. Oh shit. Bro, I just realized. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and exit real quick. So while I was playing that, I was like complaining in my head about how bad the connection was. I looked to the camera and my PlayStation's right there, and I realized my Ethernet cable is not connected.